Hello world, I'm Carp. Welcome to Slay the Spire, which is a dungeon crawling deck building game, which might sound quite weird, so better just start it and you'll see what this is all about. We're gonna start with the Ironclad here. This game is still in early access, by the way, so there might be some stuff that is quite different than if you look at the game. If you're in from the future and you look at this video now, though, this might be different. Okay, so first of all, at the beginning we get to choose something. Now, you only get to choose if you've already got to the end of the first act in your previous games, which I have done, so we can choose something here. And I'm just gonna remove a card from my deck. So yeah, this is a deck building game. So we have, this is our deck, these are the cards we have. We have damage cards, we have block cards, and then we have this card that gives a debuff to enemies. And I'll explain a little bit more about these once we go on. I'll remove one of my strikes. So why not? And then we're gonna leave, and this is the first act. So this is the map. We start from down here, we go to these different kind of things. We have enemies, we have unknowns, we have merchants, we have treasure here somewhere, yes, here. We have elites, which are, bigger enemies. And from these elites we get relics. This is a relic, we always start with a relic. And one thing you need to know right from the start is that some cards or some stuff is locked in this game, and you need to play it a bit to unlock it. So if you buy this game as a new game, you won't see the cards that I have available to me immediately, or some of them. So it looks to me like here is a good looking line. We got 1, 2, 3 elites on this line here, so I think I'm gonna try to go through all the elites and as many normal enemies as I can. So we're gonna go from here to this guy. Okay, let's just get going. So this game we have we have cards that deal damage. Just damage. This guy has some sort of a life bar here, and we just want to kill him. And enemies always do something like this guy's trying to do something strategic. See, intends to use a buff. And we also have energy. We have 3 energy to begin with, and cards have an energy cost. All of these cards cost 1. And these numbers here are just hotkeys, so I can use the keyboard here to just quickly use them. Like, there was no point in using that because he wasn't attacking, but now he's attacking. He's trying to do 6 damage, and he gave himself this buff, a ritual. At the end of its turn, gains 3 strength, so he's gonna be hitting us harder and harder every turn. Now we have our bash here, which costs 2 energy. It deals 8 damage and applies to vulnerable creatures. Take 50% more damage from attacks. So, and 2 means that it's gonna be there for 2 turns in this case. Sometimes the numbers mean, like, because in this vulnerable it means that it's gonna last for 2 turns. Here this 3 means that he's gonna gain 3 life at the end of each of his turns. And then we're gonna hit him with a strike and do 9 damage. We're gonna take 6 damage, but that's fine. We heal at the end of each combat with this character. He starts with this Burning Blood relic that heals him for 6 at the end of the combat. And now we're just gonna hit him with all of our strikes, and he's gonna be dead. And we're gonna heal. And at the end of a battle, we get to choose a new card, so we can this is how we build our deck. So we could choose from armaments or from havoc or disarm. Armaments is pretty good. Upgrade a card in your hand for the rest of the combat. Upgrading cards, because all the cards can be upgraded, and that does something like strikes get more damage, blocks get more block, bash gets more damage and adds 1 more vulnerable. And we can also... Apparently we can't. I was trying to check what was this card's upgrade, but this card's upgrade is upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of the combat, which is very good. Normally we upgrade cards at these resting spots, but now that we have that card, we really don't need to do that. Okay, so now here we have some, what are you guys called? Louses. And they have this curl up ability, which means that when I hit them, they're gonna have some block. So first of all, they're gonna be hitting me for 14. I want to use my armaments to get some of my defense up. And now we have 13 here, so we're gonna take in 1 damage, but 1 damage, it doesn't really matter. So we're just gonna strike at this dude so that you can see what it does. Yeah, now he's got 7 blocks. So if I had another strike and I'd hit him, the strike would just remove his block and not do any damage to him. Just like now that they're gonna hit me, their damage is first goes to my block. And now, because he did 7 damage and I had 6 block for the second attack, it went all the way through. Right, so we're gonna kill that one, we're gonna put some defense up, and we're gonna strike this dude, and then we're gonna take 2 damage, but once again we're gonna heal at the end of the combat, so it doesn't matter that we take a little bit of damage. Now I'm gonna use armaments and upgrade this strike, and use it to kill this louse. Right, and we also get some potions sometimes. This is our 3 potion slots, and potions have some effects. So what are we gonna take? I think we're gonna take Pommel Strike, because it gives us a draw, which is always good in every card game. Drawing cards is pretty much always good. We could also take Wild Strike, which shuffles a wound into our draw pile. A wound is a card that does nothing. It's an unplayable card, it just blocks your hand out. Or there's also Anger, which is a 0 cost card, so it doesn't cost any energy to play this. If you had a handful of Angers, you could play them all. And when you play this, you add a copy of this card into your discard pile. But we're gonna take Pommel Strike. Our discard pile is, well, this is our discard pile. When you play a card, it goes into our discard pile. And we could bash and immediately kill this one, and I think that's what we're gonna do. But first of all, we're going to use armaments to make the bash even better. And then we're gonna bash this guy to death. It was just a small slime. This one's gonna do a negative effect on us, which is, ooh, he's gonna lick us. So now we are frail and our block cards give us less block. And he's only doing 8 damage, so I'm gonna block with 1, and then I'm gonna strike him with 2 of my strikes. So he's gonna do 5 damage to us. Once again, we're gonna heal at the end of the combat, so it doesn't really matter that much. Use armaments, upgrade my strike, and strike him with all we got. So next turn, if we get a strike in our hand, we have won this combat, which is nice, because we got quite a lot of attacks into our hand. Another armament. Or we could get the second one. Exhaust all non-attacks cards in your hand. Exhaust means that it's just removed from my hand until the end of the combat. Gain 5 block for each card exhaust. This is actually a pretty nice card. Like, we could get rid of everything that isn't an attack, and there's also Searing Blow. That's 12 damage, can be upgraded any number of times, which actually would be really nice to get another armament than a Searing Blow, because then I could hopefully upgrade that Searing Blow more and more times. Oh, damn it! This is a bad combat. Yeah, because as you can see, there are quite a lot of enemies here now. Okay, we wanted to kill this one quickly, because it does quite a lot of damage, and also we want to kill this one quickly, because it has a huge attack coming up. Like, I know what's coming up here in this unknown. These guys are gonna hit us and also make us weak, which is kind of annoying, because now we do 25% less damage. And because we really want this guy to die, we need to focus on him, and it means we're gonna take him more damage, and we're gonna be weaker for more and more. But now we should be able to kill him. Yes. So yeah, look, he's doing 25 damage. That's quite a lot. Let's upgrade our Pommel Strike here and kill this one, and then let's just defend to not take any more damage from these guys. I mean, they're double teaming me quite, you know, efficiently. Like, they're gonna be keeping me weak for the rest of this combat, so I'm gonna upgrade my strike just to do a tiny bit more damage and put some block on myself. I already said this game was in early access, right? Which is, it's kind of cool. Like, they've been upgrading this game weekly, and they really care about what this game is and how it, you know, grows. It's always nice to see that in a company. Like, it's a startup, really small, it's just starting company, I believe, that's doing this game. Clothesline, deal 12 damage, apply 2 weak, so I can make enemies do less damage. There's Iron Wave, gave fine block, deal 5 damage, or Shockwave, apply 3 weak and vulnerable to all enemies. Like, is there any way to see? Oh, we can see the upgrade if we just right click on the card. Right. I think I'm gonna take Iron Wave. Like, it's just a good card. Oh, bloody hell, game! What are you doing to me? Why are you giving me this horrifying combat with so many enemies? Okay, let's upgrade the armaments, and then we can upgrade everything else with those armaments, and then we're gonna use the Iron Wave to attack the guy in the back. And then we're gonna take... Are we gonna take any damage? Yes, we are gonna take. We're gonna take like 4 points of damage if I count it correctly. Yes. And the reason I wanted to hit this guy in the back is just because these guys start doing these strategic effects, so we don't need to kill them as fast as we need to kill these gray dudes. Right, let's do another iron. You know what? Let's just bash and then do an iron wave. We can probably kill him. Yes, we can. So we're gonna take some more damage here, but that's fine. Life is a resource. As long as it's not at 0, we're still, you know, continuing this thing. Right, let's upgrade one of our strikes. Let's strike this dude. Try to get him to die. Spike slime and acid slime are what these are here. Hey, we got the upgraded armaments. That's always nice. And let's kill that one and let's defend so that we don't get any damage from these ones. And then let's just do the iron wave. Let's pummel strike and let's strike. And next turn, as long as we draw a strike, well, we're gonna draw a strike because you know, it was the last card in our deck. Like, if you don't have never seen games like this, how this works is we draw cards from our deck, and then when we use them, we put them in our discard pile, and when we need to draw more cards from our deck, and there are no longer any cards in here, we shuffle the discard pile back into the draw deck. Perfected strike. Deals 6 damage. Deals 2 additional damage for all your cards containing strike. So we have 4 of them, and that would be the 5th one. Actually, we have pummel strike here as well, so we'd have 6. So that would be 18 damage. I think I'm gonna take that. Like, this would do 9 damage for 3 damage to 3 random enemies, which is 9 damage. And Havoc is, well, Havoc is nice. I really don't see any reason to put it in my deck right now. Let's take the perfected strike. And let's go to the elite. So this is a more difficult enemy that has, well, once we beat him, we get another relic. Now this one, this Lagavulin, he sleeps for 3 turns in the beginning, so we can kind of set up here to begin with. So I'm just gonna upgrade my Iron Wave here, and then I'm gonna pass the turn. I'm pressing the E key on my keyboard here to pass the turn. I'm gonna upgrade the Perfected Strike, and it's gonna be doing 24 damage, but I'm not gonna be hitting him just... I probably should have, actually, now that I think about it. Oh well, he's gonna wake up after this turn, so we can just wake him up ourselves. Let's hit him. And he's gonna hit pretty hard, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 18 damage, that's pretty hard. Luckily he is vulnerable for 1 more turn, so we're gonna hit him for massive damage with the Perfected Strike, and then we're gonna do the Iron Wave, just to get a tiny bit damage for, or block for ourselves. And yeah, he's gonna hit us again, so... Ooh, we have the Perfected Strike here again. Well, I feel like we have to use it. Then we're gonna upgrade our other armament, so that if it still comes into our hand, we get... Ooh, that was a hard knock. Yeah, that it will be upgraded if it comes back into our hand. Now, what do we have in our deck here? We still have 3 strikes here. Okay, so he's gonna do a powerful negative effect, which is gonna be, he's gonna siphon our soul. So we have dexterity -1 and strength -1. So dexterity is directly translated into block, so we have 1 less block on every block card, and strength is, you know, 1 less damage on every damage card. But we have enough strikes here to kill him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we got a potion belt, so we got 2 more potion slots here. That's fine. Not really the best not one of the best relics there is, but it's pretty good. Okay, so we can take Clash here. Can only be played if every card in your hand is an attack, deal 14 damage. That's a pretty powerful attack for 0 cost, and but the probability of having a... You know, we have... What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that are not attacks. So there are skills, attacks, and powers. We don't have any powers yet. I mean, it could work. I mean, it usually does, but Cleave is also pretty good with deal 8 damage to all enemies. Like the couple of combats we already had, Cleave would have been really nice. And then there's dropkick, deal 5 damage if the enemy has vulnerable, gain 1 energy and draw 1 card. So basically, if we can hit them with the bash first, they'll be this will basically be a free card, and it also draws a card. I think I'm gonna take cleave here, and yeah, then we're gonna go to this rest spot, and we're gonna smith one of our armaments to be upgraded. So now every time it comes to our hand, it's gonna be upgraded already. Oh, there's a store. Stores are real nice for finding cards you really want or buying relics, but I really want to go to this elite here. But you know what? I'm gonna show you the store. Like, if you've never seen this game before, you might want to see what the store is like. So this is the merchant here. He's telling us that we're welcome. His rug is not for sale. So what we can do here is we can remove cards. We can remove 1 card, and then it's always the cost always increases. We could buy some relics if we had the money. Like, we could buy medical kit, but it's not really that important. Or, I mean, for certain kinds of decks it's really good, but I don't think we're gonna go for a kind of decks where it's good. We could buy some of these cards here, and this is pretty powerful, 30 block. You know, more energy is always good, so I think I'm gonna buy Seeing Red from here, and then I'm gonna remove a card from my deck, and I'm gonna remove one of the defense because we already taken those armaments, so they kind of like work just like them. Then again, I would take in 1, 2, 3, 4 other attacks, so it would be nice to remove a strike. The reason you wanna sometimes remove these cards is though that you have more probability to draw the better cards. Like, the basic cards are, well, they're pretty much trash. So you'd really want to get rid of them and replace them with better cards. Okay, and here's a treasure where we can get 1 relic, and we get the runic dodecahedron. If your HP is full, gain extra energy at the start of your turn. Well, my HP isn't full, and so that's kind of a really annoying one. No, didn't go through any question marks. We probably should. Hey, we can go through this question mark, and maybe you'll see what's in the question mark locations. Okay, so let's first do the armaments to upgrade all of our cards. I really probably should have hit with the pommel strike first. No, it's fine right now. And you know what? Let's hit with the pommel strike now. Now these guys have this effect that Spore Cloud on death applies to vulnerable to me. So basically, I'd want to kill them in the same turn. Okay, he's gonna do 1 damage to me, and this guy's gonna buff himself up. Yep, he's stronger now. Okay, yeah, let's use the Seeing Red. That's gonna give us 1 extra energy. So we can then... Actually, we can kill these guys on this turn. I really didn't even need to use that, but... I'm very bad at seeing when that's the situation, when I can actually use all my cards. If I can just attack and kill, I don't very often see that. You know, we're gonna take this Whirlwind, deal 5 damage to all enemies X times, so it costs X energy. It always uses all the energy we have, and it deals damage to everyone that many times. So if we pull Seeing Red and Whirlwind in the same hand, we can do 20 damage to all enemies on that round. And let's go to the question mark. Oh, it's just another merchant. I think we're gonna take Mind Blast from here, because Mind Blast, like, as you can see, these cards are gray, so gray cards are usually better. These cards are red, and they are the cards for the Ironclad class. There are also blue and green cards, and they are for the other classes in the game. But yeah, we're gonna take Mind Blast, because Mind Blast is awesome. And then we're gonna go to the rest spot, and we're gonna upgrade the Mind Blast to cost only 1 energy. Like, Mind Blast deals damage equal to the number of cards in your draw pile, so it gets better and better, you know, the longer we go. So, for instance, now it's only gonna do 12 damage, but 12 damage for 1 energy is pretty good. And, okay, I could use the Seeing Red here and then use the Whirlwind, but, for instance, this is more damage right now. This slime is kind of interesting. After it gets to half of its HP, half or lower, it'll turn into 2 smaller slimes. So if I do 10 damage to it right now, actually that's pretty good. Let's do 10 damage. I'm being very bad with my words here today. Yeah, so it's at 36, so if we do 3 more damage on the next turn, it's gonna split. And the split parties, it's gonna split into 2 parts. The parts are gonna have the amount of HP that he has when he splits. So we wanna do as much damage as we can here. Like, now he's gonna split. And if we do no more damage here, he'd only both of the parts would have 30 damage. But since we have perfect... Why are you so bad, Perfectus? Oh, we're weak. Huh. I really think we need to upgrade this card. Yeah, it's gonna do 13 damage. So now the split parts, because it's gonna split, both of them have 17 life. Right, so let's do the armaments first, and because I really don't want to take any damage, we're gonna block some more, and then we're just gonna hit... no, we're gonna hit this one. The one that's in the front. Yeah, just because it doesn't really matter. But sometimes it's just nice to do stuff differently, because last time I started hitting from the back. So we're gonna hit them, upgrade the... It was cleave, right? Yeah, it was cleave. Upgrade the cleave, hit him, and then we're gonna hit this guy, and he's dead, and we're gonna take 2 damage from this attack. Probably... No, he gave us a slime. Now that slime there was a status card, like the one card talked about status cards. No, not card, the relic. But yep, he's dead. We did enough damage. Reaper. Deal 4 damage to all enemies, heal HP equal to unblocked damage, exhaust. Now we have this runic dodecahedron here, so being able to get back to full life is pretty good for us. So yeah, I'm gonna take this Reaper here. I didn't actually even read what the other cards were. I think there was a Whirlwind and a Flame Barrier. The Flame Barrier is just block, and then it... if someone hits you when you have that up, they take damage. Okay, so let's go to this Elite. Oh, it's this guy. This is the Gremlin Knob. I hate him. He's the most annoying enemy in this game, in my mind. Okay, so let's Mind Blast him, and let's upgrade our Reaper here. And there was no point to getting the block, but I just wanted to upgrade the Reaper so the next time they come into our hand we can heal a bit with it. Now this guy, the reason I hate him is, well, he's gonna do a strategic buff on the first turn, and the buff he does is Enrage. Whenever you play a skill, gains 2 strength. So that is really unknown. Like if I play this armaments here now, I'm gonna do this, like this isn't a good play, I'm gonna do it just to show it to you. He gains 2 strength, so he does 2 more damage. So yeah, let's just so we wanna take him down as fast as possible. He's gonna hit us some more. Luckily we have some good damage cards here. Pummel Strike, you do more damage, so let's hit with you. Bash would have been really nice to get in there. Ooh, we're really low. Okay, Whirlwind, does 8 damage because it's upgraded. You couldn't give me the Reaper. It would have been really nice to get the Reaper here. Then again, I think we're gonna be gaining more life by not taking this damage. So 3 times 8 is 24, so he's dead. And we got the Darkstorm Period. Whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6. Curse is a type of card that you get usually from events. Sever Soul. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Deal 16 damage. Not very good for our... Well, there really isn't any point in our deck right now. Usually you want to get something good going on with your deck. We really don't have anything good going on with our deck. Rupture. Whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. We aren't going to be losing any HP from any of our cards, so that's not very good for us. Headbutt. Deal 9 damage, put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile, which I think is pretty good for us since we have the Mind Blast, and as long as we just keep getting more and more cards into our deck, it's gonna be a good. Now, you can see that the last enemy here, this is the symbol for the last enemy, and I know this symbol says that it's the big slime, like it's a bigger slime than the one slime we already fought. So we might want to get some more HP by just healing, or we could just smith something. And I think we're gonna smith the second armaments, because I really like it when they're upgraded. They just allow me to upgrade everything else as well. So, okay, so this is basically why we wanted to headbutt. We can use Mind Blast here, then we can headbutt that Mind Blast on top of our deck, and I really should have looked at my cards a bit better. So now if I use this Pommel Strike, we're gonna take that Mind Blast into our hand, and we don't really want to do that. So let's just block. And he is gonna do Goop Spray, so he gave us 3 slimed cards, which are really annoying. Okay, let's use the Mind Blast again. Let's use the armaments to upgrade some of our cards, and let's cleave. This guy also splits at 50% life. And now he's gonna do a massive hit for 35 damage. So if we want him to not hit us, we need to get him to split. Well, luckily we have this fire potion here, so we're gonna throw the fire potion, and now he's at 76, and then we can do some more damage here with a perfected strike and just a regular strike. And he's gonna turn into 2 slimes of 52 HP. And we're going to first use the armaments to upgrade all of our cards, and then we're gonna use the Iron Wave. You're gonna do a strategic effect, a negative effect on us, and like one of these is gonna make. I think he's gonna make us frail, or he can make us weakened. I don't remember which one is that he does. Well, let's kill him first. Do the Iron Wave, we'll strike him. Oh, and these guys also split, so you might end up a situation where you have 4 slimes here, which is, of course, since we have the cleave. Yeah, we have cleave. Cleave is good, of course, in that situation, as is whirlwind. So, Mind Blast at this guy, and he's gonna split. And, we could just kill him right now and take that 16 damage. We're gonna heal after this boss battle, though, when we go to this second act, so we can take this 16 damage. It's not that bad. Right, and then we're going to Iron Wave him with this guy. We're gonna headbutt this guy. We're gonna take the, let's see, Mind Blast is gonna do 10 damage. This one does quite a bit more, so yeah, let's take this perfect strike. And since he's not attacking at this moment, we can exhaust this slime from our deck, which is pretty good. And now we're gonna hit him with our perfected strike, and he is going to split, so we can make sure that the slimes that come here have less energy by doing more damage. And hey, now we have cleave in a situation where it's good. Right, so now let's just play both of these armaments, only take 10 damage. I mean, we could have hit one of them, because we're not gonna die for that. And then we can just use Whirlwind to kill them. Like, now we have Reaper, we could heal 8 by doing it, but there's no point, because we can just kill them. And then we get another potion, and we get, you usually get better cards. Like, if you look at these cards, like these have this yellow or golden thing here behind them. And these cards we started with have these gray, well, some of these other cards, and some have this blue here. So golden ones are rare, red ones are uncommon, maybe, and the gray ones are common cards. So you usually get, I think you might always get rare cards from the end here. So what are our so we could get double tap here. This turn, your next attack is played twice, which is pretty good, especially with Mind Blast or Reaper. We could get a Limit Break, double your strength, exhaust. Now this is a very good card if we had anything that would give us more strength, but we don't. Fiend Fire, exhaust all cards in your hand, deal 70 damage for each exhausted card. Exhaust. Also would be much better if we had something that would actually combo with it. We don't have anything that does anything with exhaustion, so I think we're gonna take double tap here, just because it actually works with our. And then we get a boss relic. Now the options here are pretty good actually. Curse key, gain energy at the start of your turn. Whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. So this means that we're gonna get 2 curses into our deck, but we also have the Darkstone Periapt, which gives us max HP. For the reason we're gonna get at least two curses in our chest, because there's always treasure at the middle of an act. So we're gonna get one non-boss chest from second act and one from third act if we get all the way there. But this is very good because energy is good. Or we could take Snecko Eye. At the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards. Start each combat confused. Confused. Whenever you draw a card, randomize its cost. Now this is interesting and sometimes very fun, but I don't really like it. And then we have Astrolabe. Upon pickup, transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. Transformed cards become random card of any rarity. Upgrading cards makes them more powerful. So we could like turn these strikes into something better, but I think we're gonna take the Cursed Key, because that's just you know, the best there is for this situation. And then we shall proceed to the second act. But I think we're gonna end this episode here and do the second act in another episode. I'm MegaCrit, this has been Slay the Spire with the Ironclad class. Goodbye world, thanks for watching, see you next time.